Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Two Drink Minimum. My name is Chris True. This is Gabe Schaefer from Mortal Machine Gallery.
Hello.
And Gabe, you know these people. I don't. I'm going to get to know them on this podcast as well as our audience, but would you mind doing the introductions?
Yeah, of course. So we have two of our artists are showing with us in our present show, The Physical Wheel. We have Amy Sol and Casey Weldon that are two of the three artists that are in the exhibition. Dan Witz is not with us presently, but we'll be seeing Dan when we go to New York and Miami and talking with him. But both Amy and Casey, I've been a fan of their works for a while now. I know I've been bugging you for about 6 or 8 years, I feel like, on a regular basis. We started working together on that museum show, I think was the first time.
Yeah.
And then either that or one of the group shows that we did.
I thought there was another group show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Amy, this is the first time we've worked together, but I've been watching your work for quite a while. Yeah. So two really super, super talented painters both from Las Vegas.
You're from Las Vegas.
Yep.
Yes.
I know you get this. You get it the same way that we get it living here, but I'm so fascinated. I love and respect Las Vegas deeply.
Right on.
Okay.
I really, really like Las Vegas. I have a lot of friends there. I've done a bunch of comedy there. I'm just a big, big fan. Are the rumors true, by the way? Like what's going on right now with tourism just a little bit down? Is it in a way that y'all can tell?
Yeah. I don't even know if it's rumors. It's like they're pushing the story hard, but it does seem like that is what's going on. I mean, the casinos there have been getting outlandish. Like it used to be free parking everywhere, and now it's extremely expensive. And at one point it was free for locals, but somehow the machine never registers your ID, and you still have
Like
to end up paying.
$30 parking type of deal,
Yeah.
type of stuff.
So they cut out like all the locals wanting to go to any of the casinos.
Wow.
Not that that was a huge draw for them, but
Yeah, y'all are going into like South Point anyway, right?
yeah, right.
Shout
yeah,
out South
Station
Point.
Casinos.
South
Oh,
Point.
is that where you at the Wise
Well,
Guys? Is down
South
there?
Point is the hotel casino that I name drop, and I'm talking to people who live there to show that I've been there enough times, and I don't only go to the places that everyone else knows.
Gotcha.
South Point is incredible. South Point is
Yeah.
like trapped in the 90s.
It's wild, yeah.
I got a flight voucher leaving Las Vegas one year, many years ago, and you assume when you get the flight voucher, it's like, shitty hotel, worst case scenario because you got to stay an extra night, whatever, because they overbooked the flights on Southwest, and I ended up at South Point, and I was dazzled, and I've been back many times.
Have you been there for when they're doing like a rodeo or
I
something?
have.
Yeah.
I went to a police rodeo, which
Oh, no.
I'm not proud of / I'm very proud of.
Yeah.
It was a police rodeo. Amy, have you heard of this?
Absolutely not, no.
What do you
But it
What do you
sounds-
think a police rodeo is?
Fuck. I just have an imagery in my mind of like cops or people in cop drag, like on
Totally.
That would be way better.
100%.
doing fucking rodeo. I don't know.
Oh,
Like
wait.
I
Wait, hold on. I'm leading you astray. It was a police
But-
dog rodeo,
Oh.
Whoa.
which
Oh.
is better. It was police dog
Yeah.
train. It's like police dogs doing like obstacle courses and stuff. But I still like
Okay.
Amy's idea better that cops in drag.
that's where my mind goes, but I have no freaking clue. I haven't been to South Point. I've seen so I'm on the side of town of Sam's Town is my
Okay.
it's Mystic Falls.
Yeah.
If you
It's
don't
the
know, you
real
need to
side,
learn.
east side.
Okay.
We
Okay.
have animatronic animals.
Beautiful.
Sick.
We could use more animatronics.
We need more
down here in New
animatronic
Orleans.
things in New Orleans, actually.
See,
Yeah.
I'm fascinated. Is this y'all's first time in New Orleans?
No, I've been here 10 or 15 years ago.
Okay. Cool. Oh, 10
My
15
first
years
time.
ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Oh, how about you, Amy?
It's my first time here.
Okay, so this is. And have you been to Las Vegas?
But I spent the whole time at a casino and at the Double Down bar. I didn't see anything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we can skip over
For a metal festival.
We don't have to go hard on this, but I
I
just
was
want y'all
like
to
high
know.
on mushrooms too, so I don't think like the whole time.
Well, one of my all-time favorite conversations is the similarities and the massive differences between New Orleans and Las Vegas because y'all are so new, we are so old, but everything else is the same. It's like people go to our cities to celebrate. People go to our cities to like throw the biggest parties. They make crazy decisions while they're there. But
Most
it's
unhinged.
Yes, very unhinged, but also an underrated arts arts and culture, I think, in both places. Well, maybe not underrated here. People expect it here. I don't think people expect it as much in Las Vegas.
People don't expect as much here when it comes to the painting.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, like nationally, New Orleans is not. New Orleans is known as, and actually KRK and Anthony touched on this, that there is a regional style here, but it's not like the regional style is that respected, honestly, when it comes to some of the larger art markets. Like Blue Dog means nothing outside of New Orleans. The sort of more hokier, folkier, sort of brush technique type stuff that you'll see in a lot of the galleries here, you're not going to see any of that in Miami, or even in New York Art Week or LA or anything. Yeah.
Well,
So
Casey, how does that take land with you as a Las Vegas person?
As the art scene not being
Yeah.
respected? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, the city puts a lot of like effort into building the art scene there. I mean,
Well, actually, I think I meant to say underrated, not as not respected. I just feel like
yeah.
outsider people don't
Yeah.
think of.
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, because it's hard to get over that reputation, that is been advertised and will always be advertised. The reason to coming to Vegas is to get, hella fucked up.
Yeah.
like
Just like here.
yeah, exactly. So like, it's at least, I mean, you have architecture and like music here, like good food. Vegas is just kind of like big casinos designed to like drain you of your bank account, like shows and stuff. But the outside suburbia is pretty nice, and I don't know. We got a decent art walk there. It's just
We have real human being people that live there.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
Whoa.
we need people. We need to have some type of like community and things like that outside. And yeah, there's a nice little art scene that goes way back.
I
mean,
think it's just going to take a long time before
Yeah.
people visiting will actually want to venture outside.
Yeah.
But that downtown, is it Second Street? What's that downtown?
There's like
Big
there's
art-
Main
Main
Street
Street.
is like the arts district.
Okay.
And then Fremont, like East Fremont, is kind of like
Okay.
the other side of it.
So I've done a few comedy festivals in Las Vegas. That's always around that area where it's like I feel like the sculptures are on point, the murals are everywhere, and it's
Yeah.
just like
Mhm.
this is something. This is something, right?
yeah. I just think it's gonna take a long time before.
we need more years.
Yeah.
We all have more years on us. Like more
Sure, but y'all have
history,
a lot more money than we do.
very
Yeah.
much so. Yeah, even a slow year for y'all right now is making us. You're running laps around us right now. I got a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like F1 racers are running laps around your city as we speak. This was a crazy weekend to not be in Las Vegas, right? There's
Yeah.
or
I
maybe a
don't-
perfect weekend to not be in Las Vegas.
I'm fine with it. Yeah.
I was
don't
there
know.
for the first ever F1. Now, I wasn't there for the F1. I happened to be there.
Yeah.
And I was so. I'm not an F1 fan or anything, but I was so like dazzled by like this is an insane takeover. It's like Mardi Gras with race cars. But it's like you couldn't go anywhere without
Whoa.
knowing.
Can we
F1
have
was
race
there.
cars during Mardi Gras?
Do we or can we?
Can we?
No, you could never do an F1 race in New Orleans.
In the French Quarter.
the
you know?
potholes.
That's kind of what I love about
Awesome.
it here. It's not really designed for cars, whereas in Vegas, it's 100 fucking
It's not
percent
designed for
designed
pedestrians,
for
yeah.
cars. Like you
Mm.
have to drive. There isn't very much. It's not pedestrian friendly. It's just driving.
Yeah.
And I
There's
don't like
a-
driving or going outside. So I mean,
There's a stretch of the Las Vegas Strip, like in between old Las Vegas and like the new Strip, where that's where I live, and I'll see tourists, thinking that they could just walk from one to the other, especially during the summer. I'm like, oh man,
Yeah, I know.
you don't know
it's
what.
an optical illusion too, because I'll see the casino and it's really big and it looks closer than it is.
Like a
And then
mountain in the
after
distance.
3 hours of walking, it's still like.
Yeah, but you know what? One thing that I think is interesting about that, so whatever the issues were with pedestrians and safety, for whatever the city was first being built, or whenever a bad thing happened, whatever that was, and the giant escalators that are going across the Strip. I'm not sure if you've seen this before, Gabe, but it's like this is the thing that it looks like you can get to somewhere really quickly, but it's like the laps you have to walk around a casino and around the people movers just to make it across the street. But like we could benefit from something like that here because of we don't want cars in the French Quarter. It's like, but Las Vegas is just like so car dependent.
Well, like
Yeah.
one of them invisible walker type things. You mean
Yes.
it's in the man? That would be really interesting here.
And also they're going on. Y'all are building things underground too. We could never do that here.
What? Oh yeah, let's not even.
Sorry. Okay.
I feel like every
That's like
form
kinda
of
worse.
innovation that you could add to New Orleans is only inviting a new level of chaos and hell that I totally am here for. Like race car buggy, like I want dune buggy races during Mardi Gras now. I was like thinking about it. I was like, you're right.
It's like we have horse
Cars
and
won't make it, but
carriages.
let's
and
get
they
dune
have like one
buggies.
race.
Wait, are they mules?
Yes.
Okay, because they're so adorable, and some of them are really dressed up.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
the
I need to look into
angel wings
yes,
with the lights.
I need to
and-
look into that.
Now,
Could start like a sister city thing and start trading. They like we'll take your floats and slow moving things, and you can have all our fast moving things.
Okay, well, yeah, okay, well, if you get that, then I want your general like deep respect for buying tickets for shows ahead of time. Because people don't do that here. As someone who does live shows for a living here, people do not buy tickets ahead of time. They wait to the last minute.
Totally.
But I'll trade that. I want Las Vegas's respect for a live show.
yeah. I
And you can have our
Yeah.
we'll give you some floats. You can't have all of them.
Okay.
We gotta have some
we need
of them.
we need to keep that. Yeah, but maybe we could have some of their cocaine.
Gabe wants your cocaine.
Yeah, your cocaine's way better than ours. Now, I was curious because I want to kind of like fill out a little bit here for some folks at home, and I'll start with you, Amy. I think that I've been seeing your stuff for somewhere around like 5 to 7 or 8 years. But where first of all would you say that you? There's two things I'm wondering. Where and when was this sort of moment that it occurred to you that you wanted to, make art as a, profession or a full-time occupation? And secondly, where do you feel like you really started to get this feeling like that was actually reality that was occurring, that you felt this like movement behind you a little bit?
Oh my gosh, I feel like Casey was there around that time, because I mean I've known this guy for so long now.
How long?
Okay, I'm just gonna put it on the table. I'm 43.
Sick.
So like we're talking, if you split my life in half, that's when I met Casey, around 21 or something.
Cool.
I was in my early 20s, like super
It must have
early.
been like 2005-ish, I think. It's
Yeah,
like when I
it
moved
was-
there. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I've always been making art. Like you'll hear a lot of artists, I'm sure yourself included. Like I've always been doing art since a little kid. I've always been drawn to that. That was like my form of entertainment, recreation, and self-expression. So occupy myself with that for a long time, and I didn't actually think or consider about that I'd be an artist full time, as a kid. But I just kind of worked my way into that. But I had all kinds of odd jobs and trying to figure out what I was doing with my life. And I think around that time in my early 20s, I just started making art more. And then I was experimenting a lot. I was doing like everything you could think of, just like all kinds of stuff. I was trying everything.
Any experiments you regret?
Oh yeah. Go to my mom's. No, not my mom's house.
You didn't have an
Go to
action
my family member's
action
house
painting
and-
phase, did you?
A what?
Did you ever have an action painting phase?
What's action painting?
I love that you don't know the answer. That
Fucking
means no.
splattering? Like-
Yeah, the
oh,
like Jackson.
yeah.
Oh, you did some Pollock stuff?
Oh, I did. I think it was in my late teens. I was very angsty.
Sick.
I was very angry, and I had to like do body art.
Okay.
So I had to put myself into it. I don't know if that's what you call it. Not body art, like painting, but whatever you just said.
Action painting.
Action painting. Okay,
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my late teens, I was like throwing paint and just looking at chemical reactions between different colors.
Yep.
And being like spellbound by that. And yeah, so I did all kinds of stuff. And then I think like every couple of years, I was just doing something different. And then something happened in my early 20s where I started kind of going back to my childhood again. So from as early as I can remember until I probably hit like around 15 or so, I would just do these illustrations that were really like sweet, like anthropomorphic like scenarios, and I would draw all day, and I'd like do like a stack of drawings a day. And I kind of went back to that, like, whatever I was doing, like at my heart, I started doing that, and then for some reason people took interest in it. That was the first time I think I started really selling art. Yeah, at the time it was just like selling little things in Vegas at First Friday. Like we have like a First Friday there and things like that. But people took interest in it. I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I could do this more and make income with it. But then it coincided with finding out what I truly wanted to do and what made me feel good as an artist. So then I just stayed on that track and kept exploring that, and I'm still exploring that now. So it's, yeah, like harkening back to like the art that I made in my early childhood, basically.
Well, and you're both such good storytellers. I feel like storytelling is a part of both of your works that I've always noticed, as far as these narratives that are inflected through your characters. Where was the first like program where this started to feel even more momentum? Like, was it someone in LA? Was it ThinkSpace? Was it Ken?
Yeah,
Who was it that you sort of got your first start with, would you say?
Okay. The first time I stepped outside of like my own local neighborhood art scene was Cannibal Flower.
Oh,
LA.
yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Which is basically ThinkSpace's affiliate. Yeah.
LC
That's right.
I brought, I don't know if he remembers this, but I brought like in person my little wood panel painting. It was like this cowgirl on a snail. But he saw it. He actually purchased that piece from me.
Oh, cool.
And they put it in Cannibal Flower, and then through them I met, I believe, ThinkSpace. I mean, this was MySpace days too, so it's all kind of a blur.
Totally.
But and then that's kind of how that started.
Cool. Nice.
And I just kept, I think also as an artist, just as, I've just been all over the place. I never had a set formula in my mind. Like, this is what I'm going to do, and this is my goal. I just did whatever. Like, but I think what encouraged me to go down certain paths was just support, like encouragement from others, like feedback from others too. So I kind of used all that as well as during my journey. So, like, LC bought that painting, and I was like, oh, and he's like, this is really special. I was like, oh my gosh.
That's
so
a
I
good
was like,
person to be your first.
I should explore more of this, because it's connecting with people. So that's kind of what shaped that. I'm still there. I'm still doing that.
Cool. And then Casey, what about you? Where was your first moment where you wanted to be an artist, and where was the first moment that you felt like, oh shit, I guess this is what's going on now?
Trying to think. I mean, I went to art school and felt like when I graduated, I still didn't know what the hell I was doing, and had moved to Vegas almost immediately after. I had friends that lived there, and I was broke because I just went to art school. And
where did you go to art school?
Art Center in Pasadena, and they had all bought houses, so they let me rent a little room for super cheap. And again, it was like there's a little budding art scene in Vegas that like we could have shows, and I was selling things locally, and that felt really good. But then it was getting things online because I was painting more pop-oriented art, and so I did a painting of like a kid riding an AT-AT from Star Wars, dangling a little Luke Skywalker thing on a fishing wire in front of it. Cool. And it like blew up online. Like at the time, Boing Boing was a great website, and they put. One time I woke up in the morning, I had like 150 print orders. At that time, maybe it sold like 30 in my life, and I was like, oh, hell, and then super frightened, but also from there it was always kind of like about trying to.
Yeah, it's Saint Sunday, folks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Trying to get things online because I mean showing in Vegas was great, but it was always going to be a very like small audience, and then that started picking up in galleries like 1988.
Oh yeah, totally. Yep.
They were like, let's go, and,
was that the first space in LA that you showed with? Was 88?
I think so, yeah. And at that point I had already moved to New York, and so was showing a lot with 1988, and that was when Ken Harmon was just starting his galleries.
Was
He
it
did,
Spoke that he started with first?
Yeah, well, he did. It was before he even had a gallery. He did a pop-up show that was his first Wes Anderson themed show.
Oh,
And
wow.
I did like what I thought was the dumbest paintings ever, and they just got more popular than I would ever imagine. And
That's so cool, by the way. Like, I feel like I was just talking about this earlier today that we, like, as artists, sometimes our best stuff are the things that we think are the dumbest, and we're just the worst critiques,
All
or
the
worst
time,
critics of
yeah.
our own work. So often, whether it's like
Yeah.
a joke I'm telling, or a show idea, or a piece of art, it's like we are not good judges of our
I know.
work.
And the flip side of that is whenever you think like, oh, this one's a banger, this is gonna get them, and it's
Yes.
just crickets. And you're like, oh
Yeah.
God, I don't even know what I am anymore. So yeah, that was kind of just to go back to Amy's story. Like her and I both used to sell paintings in like a parking lot in like Easy Ups, and like at that time her style was just like focusing like dramatically within months. I swear, like it went from when I first met her, she was doing these like abstract paintings. I'm like, oh, that's cool, you know. And then I have one of these paintings. It was like the first, like, this is cool, Amy. It's like,
He still has that shit on his wall. Too.
I know she hates it. It's like
It's okay now.
dinosaurs
No. Okay,
wearing
I used to-
scarves and
Okay, it's dinosaurs riding UFOs.
Fun.
But no, they're elephants and UFOs, and then the big like a brontosaurus with like,
scarf on.
Yeah.
Sounds like a party.
But so for a while I felt really cringe looking at that. But in more recent days, I look at that with a lot of fondness in my heart because
That's growth, baby.
Yeah,
That's
because I
growth.
see who I was when I painted that when I first got started, and I was just in such a good place, like in my heart. And I was so open and like happy and like innocent, you know, and didn't have a care in the world. So when I look at it now, I look at it more fondly, even though style wise, I'm just like, ugh. But no, it's fine now.
That's the way.
Yeah.
That's why it's also had it hanging it
He
next to
has it
one of her
hanging.
like newer works, and it's like, look at the, you know, like
Yeah.
I think it's a great, especially when people come over, they're like, wow.
In contrast to that story, I have one of Casey's older pieces that is really freaking cool. His work has always been cool.
Now, have you always
annoys me.
been working with the
It's always been good.
the sort of, because one of the things that I've picked up, let me wait for a second for this bike to cross. One of the things I've always picked up from your work, at least since I've been observing it, is your highlights tend to really lean into really like warm, almost fluorescent type colors. Has that all? Have you always been working with those types of tones for your highlights? Because it's such, it really you're so talented with warm tones. It's one of I'm trying to think of anybody else that is as good with those hot colors as you are. Like, you know, it's,
Yeah, no, that's maybe like 10 years ago that kind of started around. where
Yeah.
I used to have the problem, which I think a lot of artists, they go to the art store and they just buy every color paint that they can and then try to use it on the canvas. And like, artist friend of mine told me to like try limiting it a little bit, you know? So I like knocked it down to like 6 or 7 colors, just use those. And then like, he's like, if you want the dramatic effect, like use little areas where you can blow it up and it will be so much more dramatic rather than this chaos of color everywhere. And since then, I feel like that's been like the ticket. And I've always painted like just tonally dark. So having those bright, real bright parts of light, like make it make sense.
yeah, it
And-
really adds drama to it too.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. In this new series that we have up in the space, there's, I mean, they all have a similar effect, and I discovered this because our last show, Natalia Fabia had a piece that she was using some warmer tones like that for bringing out these highlights, and when I would hold the painting towards the red background of the wall, the highlights would all be predominant. When I would switch it over to the black, all the shadows would stand out. So it was a really fun magic trick with folks that work with certain kinds of warm tones for their highlights. But with your piece, that alligator, when you put it against that black, that alligator piece, it really sings in a really special way, those pink highlights. Yeah.
Yeah. definitely agree. The Pink River, it's gotta be in darkness.
I've noticed your work shifting from more of these like nostalgic tone colors to, I think in the last 10 years or so, more of like the neon
Yeah.
effect and
Yeah.
it's very dreamy, very surreal, but it also, there's like a lot of Vegas in that for me.
Ah.
Like our favorite,
Totally.
like our favorite aspects of Vegas, like the old neon,
course
the old
you would
neon
be.
signs, the things
Yeah,
that we really
of course.
gravitate towards, like that charm of like the old Vegas.
Yep.
And
Also,
like
that's
kind of
cool.
like dark, dusty corners of Vegas that we just we love so much. I just feel that when I look at your work a lot.
Totally. I see that now.
Yeah.
And I think just because of the way the mountains work, geologically, we end up with like the best sunsets. Like, sunrises and sunsets are insane, especially when it's kind of monsoony out and you end up having 3 different sunsets at once.
Good thing too, because so many people are actually awake when the sun is rising, whether on purpose or not.
Yeah. Well, it makes the hangover a little bit more bearable when it's pretty outside.
Sure.
if
Pretty
it's just
hangovers
that
are the
bright.
best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you on your newest pieces, I noticed that you have a liquid. Is it a liquid compound that you were mixing with the acrylic to create more texture? That I read.
That's something new that
That's
I
what I
just
was seeing.
did for
Yeah.
the first time, really. I just have. Well, recently did a commission for Asian Pacific Museum. I haven't shown it yet because it's for an upcoming exhibition. But for that, I used modeling compound, like
there we go.
flexible molding paste, to add some texture and things to it. So I just decided to put that into the piece because I want to see. I'm just getting into this, so I don't know yet what's going on. But I just had this feeling that I just want to see more of like the artist's hand.
Totally.
I want to see it. Now when I look at work, I like seeing sculptures now in person, and I like seeing paintings that look painted.
Yeah.
Like, whereas I used to actually have this almost obsessive thing where I didn't want anyone to see any of my brushstrokes.
Right.
And I mean, that was a thing that I went through with my work for many years, and I still appreciate when I look back on those pieces, like pulling that off. But now I'm just like, no, I'm kind of entering, I think, a new phase where I don't mind that stuff anymore. It's like, it's okay to see a little bit of the process. It's okay to see some of the like handwork,
I feel like
with
it lends
brush
itself
strokes.
even more to the matte approach that you have too with the pieces too, because whether or not you're putting some form of final coat or seal on there, you still have a matte effect to your paintings, and I think that texture lends itself even more so to that matte approach. Have you always had a matte finish for your paintings? This is my first time really seeing them, being able to handle them like this.
Another thing about me is I'm very inconsistent. Maybe need to work on that a bit. I don't know, but so when I do oil paintings, they'll end up being like glossy because I'll do like a gloss varnish.
Yeah.
So I notice that tends to work best as a final coat. So, but if I'm working in acrylic, I like a matte varnish.
Cool. There we go.
So these are acrylic paintings, so that's
Gotcha.
why they're matte. But if they were, I would have actually painted them in oil if I had a different schedule, if I had more time, and they would have been shiny.
I said when I was putting them up to Morgan, I was like, these are my favorite matte paintings I've seen this year in the gallery, because I feel like that's so hard to pull off for a trained eye. For someone to actually, matte only works in certain circumstances, and for a figurative narrative of the nature that you're doing, where you're also having these almost like supernatural effects that you're creating, these glows, these elements that you had in there. I was really impressed with that. So that was one of my first sort of like almost surprises when I unpacked your stuff. So I was like, oh wow, they're matte, and then I was like, oh, the texture's here, and I was like, these are fucking so rad. And I like to see artists that are able to work in ranges too, which you're really great at this, where you can be able to create something small scale and create something in a larger scale, because there's certain artists that's almost like they can only create within certain size ranges, otherwise their work gets distorted in a way that doesn't work anymore. But I was really happy to see that something on that, like a 6x8, could have such a heavy punch to it too. Yeah.
It was a little tricky because they're also minimal palette. I only used like a couple of colors. So I was just trying to find all that careful balance between everything. And then when you matte varnish, sometimes you get a lighter, like it'll lighten your
Exactly.
darks.
Yep.
So I kind of had to test that out and make sure everything worked well. But
Yeah. Well,
There's like a recurring theme I'm hearing here with like we try and do too many things really well, we end up not doing as good of a job as if we narrowed our focus, right? Like whether it's
maybe
yeah.
I can hear that.
I'm hearing that for sure with the colors you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
But like, how do we get people who are just coming up in this world, whether it's the world of art or like the comedy world, whatever? How do we get people to understand and embrace that?
I don't know. It's hard because, like, especially if you're coming up or you're like whatever it is, you're learning, so you naturally want to like explore all the options, right? And I think it's
Totally.
just self-editing, right? And
That's
like,
yeah.
you know
It's
what?
it, maybe it's an impossible question because you're right. Like you do have to get all this experience making all these mistakes.
Yeah.
And you have to realize that on your own probably.
Yeah, I do think it's like a personal thing, and everyone's on their own sort of journey. And like, I would never try to like tell another artist like, oh, you need to do this, or it's like, no.
Fair.
I have like attention issues, big time. That's why I'm doing a minimal palette, because I have focus problems, and I'm like, this is gonna help me focus because I need less options, you know, and I just want to like be more thinking more about the subject matter. But that's just for me personally.
So the bug is the feature. Have you heard this before?
playing to the strengths.
Yeah, where it's
Yeah.
like yeah.
Yeah, figuring out what your strengths are and playing to them.
I mean, but
Yeah.
it all depends on what you're painting, what you're making, or what
Totally.
you're trying to say. It's like if you
Sure.
can handle, if you can do, yeah, that doesn't work in every case. It just depends.
Yeah. It's not the case with what we're doing in Miami. We're doing everything all at once.
Yeah, this is
In all
my
sizes.
first time going to Miami for this show.
He's
Do y'all have
driving
any advice for
the
me?
truck too.
I've never been.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you saved your sanity.
Yeah. the way
Is that why there's still life in your eyes, Casey?
No, I would say, yeah, just go like, just walk. Wear really comfortable walking shoes, so you can walk all day and just try to see as much as you can. And I got food poisoning when I go for some reason.
Brutal.
I don't. It's just probably my luck.
Wait,
but,
like more than once?
yeah. twice.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah.
Your
So-
advice could be like where not to eat.
Do you
right?
check
Yeah.
into places on Yelp or Foursquare? Because so I want to see your account so I know where not to
Oh,
go.
okay, I think I got food poisoning once. No, I think this is where I got it from. I could have gotten it anywhere, but I think it was from a coconut on the beach.
Was it a synthetic coconut?
No, it was a coconut straight from like a coconut tree, and like the guy had, but he like cut it open with one of them. It looked like a machete or something. And
Maybe
it
he-
should have been a red flag that it was covered in rust.
I was
Yes,
about to
there
say,
we
what
go.
was on the machete?
But I don't. But that's where
He
I
just
s-
killed somebody
Yeah.
with a machete.
That's where I suspected I got food poisoning, but it might not have been. But
Was he a homeless person with a machete?
No, he was just selling coconuts. He was
Okay.
selling coconuts on.
I think it was the
beach.
rust. I think it was.
I think
the
a rust
The
could.
machete was looking pretty like it's had a lot of life, but I was just like, oh, it's all good. It's just a coconut.
That's really good advice.
Then I was sick, like,
If you buy a coconut off the street, check the
Check the
machete.
machete,
Let me,
please.
sir, ma'am,
Yeah.
may I please see your machete?
Yeah. Yeah. When was
I
the
like
last
that.
time that machete was
Um,
sterilized?
I would just say, yeah, like walk around, look at everything. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
He's
Have-
not
have
gonna be
a
able to go
really
anywhere.
great
I'm about to say,
time.
I'm going to be
Except
pretty
for at
busy.
night. Yeah, he's going to be at Scope with us pretty much the whole time. Except for in the evening. We'll be out and about somewhat.
You'll have
Yeah.
fun. You'll
He's
be
oh, we're
good.
going to have fun.
I'm excited. I'm
Guaranteed.
excited. Yeah, I've been getting the blueprint from Gabe little by little. You've been piecemealing the blueprint for me. But we also have a long drive from New Orleans to Miami on Thanksgiving morning, where I'm sure we're going to
So excited.
cover lots of bases.
We're gonna
Wait, you're
so
gonna
much fun.
drive?
Yeah, this year.
Here to-
Well, we always have a truck that leaves from here. I've got stuff from LA coming on a truck right now from like Shepherd's studio and some of that, but we typically will drive a lot of the work from here there because it's like a 12-hour drive. I usually fly down, but this year I'm so invested in this show emotionally and mentally for some reason, probably because it's our biggest year there, that
Yeah.
I can't. I have to be in the truck.
Just drive it. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Drive it.
Well, I
up
don't
there.
drive. I ride.
Oh, you're a passenger princess.
I am a passenger. Oh my
Yeah.
God, is that what it's called?
That is what it's called, Gabe. He hasn't even been in passenger enough to know
New
there's a name
favorite
for it.
nickname. Oh my God, I am a passenger princess for
Passenger
sure. Princess. Absolutely.
Well,
Hell yeah.
I'm so excited.
We're gonna be
about
like
Miami.
Paris and Nicole, baby. It's gonna be incredible.
This was a lot of fun. I'm happy I got to know y'all a bit more. I'm getting closer and closer to really wrapping my head around this art world. You know, because I come from the comedy world, but I'm also a big fan of art, big fan of Gabe and Mortal Machine, and it's been really fun learning about the world from all of our guests. So thank you both for being here. Before we close out, can you each give us, in 7 words or less, what you want people to know about you? For people who are just learning about you from this podcast, 7 words or less. Casey, you're up.
Oh man.
Just don't think too much.
Just
You got
3
this.
words.
No, that's what I was. Those are the words.
Aw, man. Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
That works.
No.
Mysterious.
That's usually how I talk. Is I got nothing. I'm sorry. Give me.
Hey, it's all good. How about you?
Oh wait, what? Okay.
7 words or less. What you want people who are just getting to know you through this podcast?
I'm just figuring my shit out. Like,
That actually was 7 right there.
all right.
I'm just figuring.
Nailed it.
I'm just figuring my shit out.
Yeah, I just figured my shit out.
All right, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I like it.
This was cute.
Just test driving a new closing segment on 2 drink minimum. Maybe it should be 8
It's a
words. I don't
terrible
know.
thing to do to artists. It's like, hey, I know you're not good with words, but you.
Oh, I should have asked
Can
you
I
to
describe
paint
him?
7 things
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
You know what? That's even better. I should have asked you to. That's a great note. I should have asked you to do him and you do her.
Oh,
I'll be honest though.
Okay, go ahead.
Can I be honest?
Yes.
Okay. Sweetest motherfucker in the world, procrastinator,
Okay, you had a bonus word there, but we'll take
and
it.
a master at painting.
Ooh.
All good things.
Ooh. Okay, you want to do her?
extremely kind, thoughtful, and a little sleepy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll
Well,
do that next time.
Yeah.
That's the move.
That was great. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally has to move.
Yep.
Because I've been waking up at 11 every day.
Thank y'all so much for checking out 2 Drink Minimum. This is a project based off Mortal Machine, Gabe's Gallery here in New Orleans. Gabe, any final words before we close this episode out?
Get ready, babe.
Get ready.
This is an easy episode. It's all downhill from here.
It's all downhill
Yeah.
from here. All right, y'all. We'll see you next time. Like and subscribe, all those things. See you next time. 2 Drink Minimum. We're out.